You're lucky today. You can go home anytime. What an injustice. He's framing me. No, he's just telling you the truth. Murphy looked like he'd been struck by lightning, unable to believe it. He turned to ask other patients, and they all answered they came voluntarily. Yes, please, promise me quickly. You've got to guarantee it, okay? You're still just a little kid. What are you doing here? You should be in a car buying fried chicken, raising some chickens, and getting some barbecue. What are you doing here? What a weirdo. This is just too funny. You folks, you seriously don't question how you ended up here. This place is unbearable, totally out of your minds, or what? You're not crazy, you're just the ultimate troublemakers, like walking trouble on the street. Totally wild. At this moment, Wick raised the issue of cigarette distribution, but he was interrupted by the head nurse every time because Murphy walked in and he stuffed all the patient's cigarettes into his pocket. So, the head nurse started limiting the distribution of cigarettes to Wick, deprived of his cigarettes, started losing it, jumping like a chicken, saying, I'm totally done for this time, sit down. I hope you know that I'm here feeling like a kid. But now it seems I have to act like an adult. I'll hand over the cigarettes like they're hotcakes. I hope to manage this. Sit down. No, don't call me. I can't do it. I just can't. Maybe Murphy felt a bit guilty. He smashed a glass before the nurse's station and handed Wick some cigarettes. He wanted to calm down, but the arriving attendant gave him a beating. Before he could fight back, he was pinned to the floor. The chief saw this and rushed over to hug the attendant, and a brawl broke out. They were in for some serious punishment, and the patients were getting weirder. Then the nurse called Wick to the room, but he looked like a scared chicken, frantically shouting, Mike, Mike. No, no one is going to hurt you. Just relax. Nevertheless, he was still dragged inside. Stop. Murphy handed the chief a piece of gum, and surprisingly, the chief said thank you. What is this? Murphy started to doubt his hearing and handed him another piece, Jessifet. Hey buddy, are you able to hear me? Heard about it via your nose. Oh my goodness. They all think you're dead. Jesus. Oh my God. Murphy was excited, wanting to leave with the chief. Just at that moment, Wick was shoved out, with a furrowed brow and drooling. He steeled himself and walked in, then everyone helped him lie down. Before the electric therapy, the nurse slathered him with electric cream. Next, the nurse shoved a guard into his mouth to prevent him from biting his tongue. Subtitles, then the electric device was securely fastened to his head. With each buzzing sound echoing, everyone got started. Murphy appeared like a complete fool after the electric shock, but in reality, it was all merely an act on his part. At night, Murphy slept to the nurse's station when the attendant left, calling his lover to prepare car and drinks for tonight. Subsequently, he approached the chief's bedside, inviting the chief to leave together with him, but the chief firmly refused. The chief couldn't get over his mental block because his dad was built like a tank and always got used, and that's probably why he had been pretending to be dumb. At this moment, Murphy's helper arrived, bribed the god with liquor and girls, brought his lover to the station, and grabbed the mic to wake everyone. The music starts, everyone begins a wild party. But Black arrives, thinking, isn't this commotion ruining your own livelihood? He rushes everyone out. But as the corridor lights turned on, he quickly shoved everyone back in. Soon, the doctor rushed over, called Black Guy over to inquire about the situation, and everything was just fine. Damn it. Subtitles, nobody is here. Open the door. Sorry, I'm just about to close the door in a moment. Just when Black Guy thought he'd made it, another disaster struck, and he thought he might die. With the job already lost, might as well drink it off. Thus began an unprecedented party in the asylum. When they were having a blast, Murphy got the keys from Black Guy, opened the iron bars, shaking hands with all the patients, while Billy hid over there. Murphy walked up to Billy, asking what was up, only to learn Billy had fallen for his lover, to avoid trouble, Murphy decided to set them up. Next up is a 70-second close-up of Murphy's face, thinking only of the joy of leaving. Looking around the messy ward, he worried that once he left, the patients would slide back to their old way. But then he smiled, because he had brought these people joy. Yet his heart began to struggle again. Should he stay or go? In the end, Murphy felt at peace and slowly fell asleep. The next morning, the attendants were the first to arrive. Seeing the chaos, they let out a cold snort. At this moment, the head nurse yelled at the group of patients. At that moment, a rush of excitement surged in Murphy's heart as the head nurse came up slowly, and the attendants were all gloating. Subtitles, because they were well aware that no one would ever escape from this place. The hope personally opened up by Murphy was also shut down. After taking a head count, they discovered that Billy was nowhere to be found. Eventually, they discovered Billy in a room, looking rather disheveled. Once out, Billy was all revitalized, even cured of his stutter. But she couldn't tolerate the patients being so rambunctious. Subtitles. So she directly poked at Billy's weak point. Your mom will accept all this. There's no need to tell her.